Okay, we're going to wrap up in here with Kurt Busch, driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge. And Kurt, if you want to open up talking about your trip out to the West Coast here and maybe talk a little bit about how your car handled in that first practice.
Yeah, it's always good to come back to the West Coast, and for me to be here at Infineon Raceway, a place that's been special to me over the years. It's always fun to see everybody that I knew from the old West Racing Series, and then to be familiar with the track and to just go out there and make lefts, make rights, go up and down the hills and shift the gears. It's always just a breath of fresh air to come to the road courses and experience what they're all about. For us, with our Miller Lite Dodge team, we've been running well on the track recently, and we hope some of our knowledge and some of the quick, quirky secrets that we've got help us this weekend at the road course. But nothing's ever a given. You always have to battle hard, and today our practice went okay for us. It wasn't great, and we'll make 3 or 4 changes, even transmission ratio changes before qualifying, just with some of the speed that we've seemed to have in certain areas of the track versus others where we've lost it. We have to find the right combination to make sure that we get the most speed out of the car.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kurt. We're going to go ahead and open up for questions. If you have a question for Kurt, please raise your hand. We'll bring you a wireless mic, and please start with your name and affiliation.
Kurt Don Langford from InfinityRaceway.com. The headwind coming into 11, is that causing any troubles?
It's a bigger breeze than normal, but you can feel just the cool breeze actually come through the car, and hopefully this stays with us all through Sunday to make it a little cooler inside the car. Because this is one of the challenging tracks on the circuit because of the speed. We don't have a lot of high-speed sections on this racetrack, so it gets real hot inside the car.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's go upstairs. Do we have any questions for Kurt Busch upstairs in the deadline room? Okay.
One moment.
Oh. You almost got off easy.
Hey, Kurt, Dave Rod from NASCAR.com. I've been beating everybody up on this one. Looking ahead, after this weekend, you've got 10 races to the cutoff for the chase. At what point does your chase preparation really begin in earnest? And how do you balance it with competitiveness overall for the race weekend?
Well, I think that any time that you go to a chase racetrack early in the year, that's a very important race. And so the second race of the year, California Speedway, you go to that racetrack knowing that this will be part of the chase when we come back in the playoffs. And so that track, Phoenix early on, Texas, those tracks are in April, and you're already thinking chase just because those are tracks that are participating in the chase. And so Loudon next week, that's a big racetrack for us in our minds because that's the first race in the playoffs, and you have to be ready to go and come out of the box strong. But the bottom line is where you are in points gives you a comfort level. And for us to be 4th overall, only 110 points out of the lead, we feel like we can go out there and try to race for wins, get those bonus points racked up before the chase begins. Then you have guys that are 10th, 11th, 12th in points, barely hanging on to get into the chase. Those guys are going to have higher stress levels leading up through these next 10 weeks. So it just depends where you are in the standings is how you look at what you have to do in the upcoming weeks.
We'll stay upstairs.
No more questions.
Okay, one more sweep down here. Any more questions for Kurt? All right. Thanks for your time today,
No
Kurt.
problem at all. Thanks
Good
a
luck
lot.
this weekend.